And welcome to another episode of the Rorschach Test Podcast. I am your host, Tyrell James. Today I've got a special guest with me, and I am really excited about this particular episode just because of how much of a genius this man is. But my guest today is Mo Betta. What's up, man?
What's up, man? It's Maurice regular guy these days, though, man. I'm just regular
Maurice,
guy
regular
today.
guy. That's funny because there's absolutely nothing regular about you. But okay.
All right, Maurice, irregular guy.
So, all right, man. So before we get started, just in case anybody is, first time tuning in, what I do here with the Rorschach Test Podcast, I put up a series of Rorschach tests or
And you're now with your host, Mo Betta.
and I'm now with my host Mo Betta. See, I told you he was a regular. Um, so yeah, so I put up these inkblot tests. And what I do is I ask my guests what it is that they see. Based off of what they say they see, I link it to who it is they are and what they do. So before I get into all of that stuff, though, I want to ask you everything that you do and I want you to just give me as much as possible because that'll make it easier for me to link these Rorschach tests to what it is that you do. But before you do that, I have to just put a little disclaimer out there. I am not a therapist, nor am I qualified to psychoanalyze anybody. However, I'm gonna do it anyway. So
no one's qualified to psychoanalyze me. I've done inkblot tests before, man. It didn't go well. It didn't go well for the therapist. I was 16 and very playful, man. I guess I've been playing since 16, but yeah, man, I was getting in a lot of trouble in school, getting suspended. My mother just couldn't figure out what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So one doctor, fresh out of Harvard, Yale, Princeton, whatever Ivy League school, he showed me all these pictures and was like, you know what, before he even got to that, he was asking me, was my father in the home? Like, he already ready to give me an excuse for my actions, and I ain't want that. So I said, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have fun with you today. So he showed me all the pictures, and I just kept telling him I seen blood. Every single one, blood, right? So the last one he shows me, asking with all this hope, what do you see now? And I'm just like, is it supposed to be any different than the other pictures? So I told him, I said, oh my God, it's beautiful. I see white sand and blue water and kids playing and building sand castles and birds flying. Yeah, man, I don't like I don't like people like, you know how people do the signs and, hey, yo, what's your sign? I'm like, look, if I fit in the box that you think I fit in the box with, you tell me what my sign is. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I can't stand that. I think people use the signs to validate a lot of their screwed up characteristics, honestly, but
Yeah. And then
that's just
also
me.
they be like, I read my fortune or whatever this morning, and like you reading the newspaper in the morning and it's telling you about your sign. Of course you acted out what it said throughout the course of the day. You read it in the morning.
Right,
So if it said that something was going to happen, you subconsciously made it happen.
right.
Whereas if maybe you read it at the end of the day and then tell
Mhm.
me did that happen, it might be the results might be a little different.
Right, yeah. I had a conversation with somebody about that one time, and I was trying to
So
explain
again,
to her.
I'm your host,
I
Mo
said,
Betta.
you,
So you wanted to know about what I do, right? Is that where we're at now?
"Hey, hold up. Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, the sound for everybody watching, the sound is a little off. Okay, so just now when I was talking and then Mo interrupted me, he didn't do that on purpose. He couldn't hear me talking.
I might have done it on purpose. I don't know.
You know what? You're right. You may have.
I may have.
And I don't even remember what I was about to say now, but it doesn't even matter at this point.
Your co-host Mo Betta had said that you wanted to know about the things that I do.
Right. So let's get into that. Let's get into that.
All right. So Mo Betta is a battle rapper. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Though I retired for 5 years at a time. You know, you see the gray hair. I'm old enough to have retired 5 years at a time, 2 or 3 times. But in the community though, I do something called Santa Calls. It's a fundraising campaign for a place called Safe Shores DC. They take care of sexually and physically abused children. This is year 11. In the first 10 years, I've raised over $100,000 just bullying local rappers and asking my friends to chip in online. I do a lot of raffles and, I give away prizes and certain amount of money just to thank the people that are being a blessing to someone else. Because usually when people take the time or their money and sacrifice it, they're usually doing so because they can relate to a need. So I feel like I want to help them too. Outside of Santa Claus, I'm with whatever cause. So if you got a toy drive, a turkey drive, we just fed the homeless Sunday. I do something called Help DMV where I ask everybody for $1 to $5 at the beginning of the year, and I help people up through the summertime with past due bills, eviction notices. It depends on how much money comes in. So I basically care, man. I do what we call group philanthropy. I try to get everybody to chip in so it ain't that much of a burden on any one person.
Got you. Okay. Sounds good. So I got battle rapper. I'm sitting, I'm taking notes. I got my pen, my pad here with me, kind of like a therapist. But so we got battle rapper and then just charitable. You have, with Santa Claus with
I don't do nothing else. I go to the MGM and force them to fund my giving. They don't realize that they doing it, but they doing
it. So all right.
And the funny thing is I don't even like to gamble.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you call it gambling? Do you look at it as gambling, or do you look at
I'm
it
not
as
going to
investing?
lose. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I say I'm going to win. I speak that into existence. Like, I win just because God needs me to share the stories. And I know you think, God, religion, gambling, that don't go together. But what I mean about sharing the stories is, let's say I gave $350 at a coat drive today. I'll go to the casino tomorrow and win $700. I went double what I just spent on the coach, and I show people like you never know how your blessing is going to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like I could let someone borrow $20, and my blessing might not be them returning the $20 when I need it. Somebody else may do something for me that might not even involve money. They might have saved me some money. I might have went to an event, and they's like, "Oh no, Mo, you free, you good, you on my list," and that event could have been $40. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like it all comes back around.
Okay. Got you. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into one of these Rorschach tests. I'm going to ask you what you see. Tell me this is oh boy. I'm going to tell you something before we even start this. I'm going to tell you, this is going to be like, for everybody watching, this is going to be a lot different from any other episode because the way this dude's mind works is, hey Mo, I've probably had one, maybe two people stump me based off of what they say they saw and me trying to connect it to what they do. This one is going to be, I just have a feeling, man, you're really going to push me.
I don't know if what I see is going to connect to what I do though, because I watch a lot of strange stuff, man. Like I be in rabbit holes on YouTube, man. Like you might show me a picture. I might see the missing Malaysian Flight 370, man. I don't know, man.
You see what I'm saying? Mo, you are the rabbit hole, man.
I may see a rabbit hole.
Exactly. See? But all right, let's go ahead and see where this goes. All right, here's the first one.
All right. So for whatever reason, I see like two boot heels about to click together. And then some dog ears, maybe.
Okay.
I hope those aren't Uggs, but yeah, I see dog ears at the top and boots, heels clicking. Like it's clearly the same image, just split, like mirror image of it. But yeah, like I don't some furry boots or something with a heel. The boots with the spur. Is that the Nelly song?
Yeah. Oh no, that's is it Nelly? Yeah. That's Nelly. That's and what's his name? Flo Rida. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I see. I see some very fuzzy furry boots.
Furry boots.
Or I guess one boot and it's in front of the mirror.
Okay. All right. Is that it or you see anything else?
Nah, I just see them Uggs that I don't like. That's
all right. I'm with you. I hate Uggs too. We're going to start with the dog ears. All right. Dog, top dog. Yeah. So tell me, how did you become a part? Actually, just tell us everything about Top Dog. How did you become a part of Top Dog? Are you still active with Top Dog? How was all that working?
All right, well, all of the top dogs are old now, man. So none of us really rap. I take that back. There's a few that still rap, but I met the CEO Infrareds on like the Humble, and someone introduced us, and we were all ciphering, but me and Infrareds were better than the guy that introduced us.
Uh-huh.
So we just rapping the instrumentals, and eventually we just started like trying each other out to where we were like taking shots, and it became a battle. So the thing is, Top Dog is based on a tattoo shop, and Infrareds was doing a tattoo at the time, and we ended up battling for 4 hours, and I was kind of like offended because it was like, how dare you be doing something else while you're battling me? Like, I need your undivided attention. And I was amazed at the skill set to be able to do both. And I had never at that point in my life battled anyone that long. No one ever goes more than 1 or 2 rounds with me.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, he was close friends with a radio personality who had happened to be in the house, and I didn't know. And they had walked downstairs and was like, yo, who's this in here whooping you with these bars? A couple of days later, I was on the radio battling. You know what I'm saying? So Top Dog is a record label. And it's a lot of us. It's a whole lot of us.
Okay.
And just we move like how No Limit move. You know what I'm saying? There's 50, 75 people at any given time when we went to a show or were on stage. And that might have led to how I gave. Like, I've always been a charitable person,
Mm-hmm.
but I learned support from Infrareds because he used to stand front row at every show and support everybody all night. So I started doing that. And what happens from that is people shout you out because you're the main common denominator all night long. And you know what I'm saying? Just showing love felt good, and getting it back in return felt good. So that kind of added to the charitable nature I already had. And it went further. So Mo Betta started as the rapper. It turned into the philanthropist, and I'm not sure it could have happened any other way. I'm not sure Maurice, the philanthropist, would have been the same had I not met radio personalities and artists and influencers through rap.
Got you. Okay. All right.
And one thing, I don't want to do your job, but one thing that stands out to me when I heard or seen when I saw Dog Ears, and I kind of chuckled, was the movie that I mentioned before to you, Finding Forrester.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the book, in the movie, this kid, he writes real well. So he had his little journal, and then he was reading books from this guy that started helping him. And he had turned back the top of one of the pages. And they call that dog earing. He was like, oh my God, have some respect for the author. You dog-eared one of the pages. And I was like, dog-eared? So that's what I saw. Just
got you. Okay.
got me thinking about reading from looking at some Uggs.
Got you. Okay. So, all right, tell me this. When you first started rapping, did you start off battling?
I started off freestyling, but yeah, I think it was always battling. Even before I ever rapped out loud, I was battling on BET.com's online ciphers. They had battles on there. So yeah, I guess I did start off battling. The first thing I ever did, I wrote poems. I wrote 2 poems, and then I found out that my mother had wrote poetry. I had wrote a poem when my grandfather died. It was called Black on Track, and I wrote another one called I Bet You 5, but that one was a little more humorous. It was about being lonely, not having a girlfriend, and I was like, if I ever do find somebody, it won't last a week. I bet you 5. Like, that's how it ended.
And you've been married how long now?
So it started off with a couple of poems, but yeah, battle rap was always the thing.
Got you. All right, so that it seems like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Maurice McClanahan Show. I am your host, Maurice McClanahan. This show is featuring Mo Betta with guest appearances from Tyrell. Okay, how you doing?
See, I told y'all. All right. So look, you said that so basically battle rap, that's home for you. So what you said in the picture, you said you saw 2 boot heels clicking together. In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy clicked her heels together 3 times to get home, right? So battle rap is home for you because that's where it all started. What keeps bringing you back home? What keeps causing you to click those heels together 3 times and go back home? Because you said you keep taking breaks. You took 5 years off a couple of times. So what is it that keeps bringing you back home?
Maybe because I am the Wiz.
Okay.
And nobody beats the Wiz. I mean, I got a record that's in store that I need to. Well, never mind. I
You
was
was
just
about to
doing
go there.
inventory. I was just doing inventory real quick, but
Yeah, I know.
no, because when you in this area in Washington, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you got to be the wizard, not the grand wizard though. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to black out on nobody. Oh, never. All right. So anyway, what I was
No,
saying
no,
about
keep
them.
doing that. Keep doing that. I want them to keep having to watch this over and over and over,
No.
like it's a battle to catch all the lines. Keep
Yeah.
doing that.
So basically, I mean, really, it is really that though. Like it's really wizardry. It is a line that I believe AZ said one time when I was younger, and he was like, calligraphy's back. I'm wizardry on a niggatry track. And it's like certain things, the rappers that I listen to, these things are in your head. And it's funny you said you got to click your heels 3 times to go back home, because in battle rap, the way these written battles are is 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I'm known in the streets for being, in the history of the DMV, one of these great battle rappers. But as far as on cam, I never took the camera battle seriously. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have that locked down. Like battle rap on camera in this new generation, it's not on lock. So you know how the locks, you know what the locks got to do on cam. Like you've seen the verses, you know what I'm saying? So these types of things got to occur. You know what I'm saying? So until I prove to myself that I can fit in and do this, and I let the older and the new generation know that I'm him, then I'm gonna keep returning. I have to be satisfied with the last performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's oddly enough, this is where it all really ties in, right? So I was known back in the day for doing what I was doing, right? I was always on my bullshit. I was ready. I was Michael Jordan. I was the best at it. I was always on my bullshit. But listen, they said that later I was washed up and all this stuff because of what I did on cam when I was trying to be the wizard. Jordan was with the Wizards later when, all right, anyway, when I don't mean to stay on Mike topics, but hold up, Mike. Yeah.
Hey, so listen, for everybody watching and listening, you're gonna keep seeing me react. Now, if you see me reacting, you have no idea why I'm reacting, why I'm laughing, why I'm dropping my head when he's saying things. It's because you're missing what he's saying. You're going to have to go back and listen to this again. There are going to be a bunch of double entendres, a bunch of wordplay, probably even triple entendres with this dude. So you have to really.
I got to try to do a quadruple now. Let's go.
Hey, if you can pull that off, yes. So, all right, we're going to get into another test now. But I just wanted to let everybody, I really should have done 2 disclaimers, one for me and one for you. But whatever. Hopefully they'll be able to pick up on this stuff. But all right, what do you see here?
No, let's see. I see so much, but yet nothing at the same time. Like I'm going to tell you everything I see because I see a lot. Like I see a whole lot actually.
Okay.
So where do I start, man? Like I see the wings of a bird turn to the side. I seen a brain initially, like a head with headphones on. And then it's like at the top, there's like a little heart inside the head, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, that's crazy. But yeah, I definitely see somebody. Like I see the eyes and maybe the tattoo tears under the eyes, which would surprise you because my label mates are all Crips.
Right.
Almost like a dog face and a chain around the neck. Like I see a lot, man.
Yeah, you do, and I'm trying to write it all
Freckles
down
and such, man. But yeah, like just looking straight at it. It comes around to like where the ears are. There's a circular thing. Like those are really headphones.
Okay.
Then those little dotted eyes on the side. And you see where the tattoo tear is. Like it's yeah.
Okay. All right. That was
almost like there's the gas mask across the face. There's a lot going on because I had joined the military briefly too, so maybe that's why I see a bit of that.
Maybe I know that. I know you went to the military.
Nah, because I didn't stay. They got on my nerve. I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah,
I left the day before graduation of basic training. I
that
did
doesn't
whole basic
surprise me.
training just to leave.
That doesn't surprise me at all about you. Not at all. Not at all. Because one thing I do know about you, I mean, I know a few things about you, but one thing that I do know, and it doesn't take long to realize, is you don't like being told what to do.
No.
You know, you march to the beat of your own drum. So, yeah, that's why that's surprising that you would even think about going into the military.
You know, the thing is, they came to my high school and they administered the test. 3-hour ASVAB test. Everybody in the school took it but me. I told them there was no point. I wasn't going.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one day I was at Capitol Heights Metro Station and just having a regular conversation with a guy on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, so where are you going? I was like, I'm on my way to try to find a job. I had been living with my sister for 2 years, helping her, like watching her kids. Like I didn't work from 18 to 20. My sister went to work. I babysitted basically to save some money for her and, you know, help out. So this was the very first day I'm going out trying to find a job. And this guy told me, he said, "Young, you're very smart. Like you should be in the government somewhere," which I have been for the last 17 years, by the way. He said, "You belong in the government, like, I don't know, maybe the Department of Commerce or Agriculture," I believe he said. He said, "But in the meantime, in between time, I got a warehouse I run off Central Avenue."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Ooh, that's close." He was like, "Man, come through, just fill out the paperwork tomorrow. You got the job. I'm giving you the job, but just fill out the formalities or whatever." So on my way here, I stopped to get something like kind of dressed, you know what I'm saying, to wear. And I stopped in Landover Mall. I'm dating myself. So I stopped in Landover Mall, which does not exist now. And I run into my uncle because there's an MVA Express in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought that he could circumvent going to Largo to the MVA. But he was wrong. So he said, I told him where I was going. He said, all right, I'll take you past the place about the job, but you got to ride with me first. He's like, I'm going to Six Flags to get your cousin some season passes. Then we stopped in Watkins Park Plaza to get something to eat. And there was an Army recruiter's office there. My uncle is the most successful person in my family. He did 4 years in the Army. He's like, hey, you know, your father did 4 years in the Army. You should really give it a try. Like, you know, you could take their money. If you want to go to college, they'll give you, you know what I'm saying? So listening to him and then letting the Army recruiter lie to me, I decided to take the practice test. The practice test is 10 or 20 of the most offensive questions to an intelligent person. Like, I mean, like, I couldn't believe everyone didn't get them all right. I was offended, really. He was like, oh, man, you got them all right on the practice test, man. You should come and let us give you the real test. And I'm like, everybody don't get them all right on the practice test? Like, for real? You know what I'm saying? So I go and I do the ASVAB test. Keep in mind, this is a 3-hour test. So about 30 minutes, 35 minutes into the test, I get up, I walk over to the Army recruiter, and he says to me, oh, the bathroom's over there in the corner. I guess other people done walked up to him. I said, thanks. I needed to use the bathroom, but by the way, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you can't be done. I said, I can because I am. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting the results back from the test. I got a 96 overall on this 3-hour test. But the thing was, being put out of one school and ending up at a vocational school might have benefited me. You know how you're not supposed to benefit from a crime? Getting suspended at the other school had me learn things that I wouldn't have ordinarily knew. Right. So get the test. So now I'm promised I can have all this money for college and I can do whatever job I want. It sounded good. So that's why I joined.
Got you. Okay. That's interesting. But I also am not at all surprised that you did it at that age, because had you been a bit older, I know you wouldn't have even done it.
No.
You know, yeah. Okay, so let's go back to what you saw on the Rorschach test. Let's start with the tattoo tears. So the teardrops under the eye, of course, that signifies, you know, we know what that's about. You know, you got a body. You know, you kill somebody, right? But let's talk about you killing people in battle rap. So what is it that fuels that monster inside of you that makes you stand in front of somebody and say, you know what, I'm gonna take your head off, I'm gonna kill this person?
I've always thought I was smarter than everybody else. That's the perfect way to exhibit it. Mm-hmm. My pen's better than yours. I'm slicker. I'm more creative. My word plays better. Like I can do this in a manner better than you. Then also maybe at one point in time, it was to humble people. Like after I got to the point where I knew I was better than people, I wanted to humble them. I wanted you to know, hey, you can be beat, or you're not as good as you think you are. Maybe you shouldn't waste your time even trying this. Like that's always what it was. Or I always had something where someone thought they can beat me, or maybe I was too young, or maybe I was too old, or you from the suburbs, so you can't beat me because I'm from the city. And you know what I'm saying? It is always a motivation to be what it was that you thought I couldn't be.
Right. Right. Yeah. So you get fueled by people doubting you or testing you.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to take the SATs. I never got to take the SATs when I was in school. I wanted to go to college just to prove that I can get straight A's. I didn't go because that was the only reason I wanted to go. I didn't have no degree, no area expertise in mind. I wanted to go prove that I could get straight A's because somebody did it before, right? Why I can't? You know what I'm saying? That's always that's my logic, to prove people wrong. Somebody did it before, I can do it too.
Right. If it can be
Why
done,
can't
it
I
can
be
be
the
done
best
again.
rapper of all time? If
Right.
I have the ability to study the greatest rappers of all time, Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, Scarface, and all, they didn't have each other to listen to growing up. I listened to all of them. I could take a piece of all of them. Why I can't be the best?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. It makes sense. That makes perfect sense. All right. So, other thing that you said, you saw a heart inside of a head.
At the top, smack in the middle. Yeah.
All right. So, you're very, very charitable. You're very giving. You know, it all comes from the heart. But not only does it come from the heart, what you feel in your heart, you put in your head, and then you go and you execute. But what is it that drives you to want to help people so much?
I feel like I seen my parents do it in two separate ways. Neither one of them actually out feeding the homeless or donating into things the way I do it. But my mother had me in church. So there's scriptures. God loves a cheerful giver. It's better to give than to receive. So that was just embedded. And then like during the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, that everybody was let's buy black. I thought about it last year. I never seen my father go to McDonald's or Wendy's or none of that. Like as a younger, when he was 30, 40, he always pulled over to the side of the road to the guy that had the rib truck. He went to Eastern Market on Eastern Avenue on Saturday and went to the food trucks. Like he always bought something from somebody, some street vendor, some black business. And I was like, that's just supporting in a different way. You know what I'm saying? That's helping the next person. So I just always seen help in different regards.
Right. Okay. All right. So another thing you said you saw was wings of a bird. So
not the bird, just the wings. It was like on the side, at his side. How?
Okay. You said not necessarily a bird, but just wings.
Yeah, like the wings of the bird. Yeah.
Okay, just the wing. Got you. Just the wings. Just the wings. Okay. So has this thing taken flight for you yet? As far as what you're trying to do with actually with battle rap or just giving, you know, your charitable causes. Has
battle
it
rap's never going to take flight because I'm not taking it that serious.
Okay.
I've passed up opportunities to battle in the big league. Charity, I don't think ever can do what I wanted to do because my ambitions and goals are like astronomical.
Right.
But even still, I don't want to say that viral moment. I don't like to use the current terms, but I'm waiting for that moment where it just goes off and we raise $500,000, and then I'm able to give what I wanted to give to the organization and set some aside to help people with past due bills and give kids tennis shoes because they got straight A. Like my heart is never going to match my wallet. It can't.
I got you. Okay. I got you. Okay. And other thing that you said you saw a brain. Let's go back. Let's go back to your childhood. Let's connect some dots.
Welcome back to the Maurice McClanahan show featuring Mo Betta, and Tyrell pops in when he can.
Thanks for having me today, Mo.
What was something else that I seen in the picture? It was the headphones.
Yeah, well, no, not just the headphones. The headphones, that's easy. I don't even want to get into that because headphones, that's music, that's easy. But the brain, you say you saw a brain. So
that was the first thing I saw.
All right, okay. So let's go back to your childhood and let's connect some dots. Why does your brain work the way it works?
My mother made me read all the time. Like she moved 2 blocks away from a library. I did more book reports for her than I ever did for the school system. So the books that adults read now, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and Think and Grow Rich and Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and the Ben Carsons and the Les Browns and the Willie Jollies. Like, I read all that stuff at 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've always been fascinated with how the brain works. Just the other day, I was eating dinner, watching a YouTube video of the 10 or 15 most intelligent people recorded in the world, in the history. So everybody from the Einsteins to there was one guy that had a IQ of 270, which makes me want my IQ tested. My mother would never let me because I thought I was a genius and she didn't want to confirm what I thought because I already don't listen. Then there was my guy, Stephen Hawking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've just always been fascinated with the brain. Like, how can it work so fine at this age? And then when I'm 90, I got dementia or something isn't active. I want to know what makes these things click. So, like, the brain is always on my mind. I had a friend recently tell me I need to try hibiscus tea because it'll calm you down. It's like, but I don't want my mind to slow down.
Right.
I'll deal with the headaches the migraines I have to suffer from. I'll deal with overthinking and losing sleep because I love the way my mind works. Yeah, sometimes it does too much, but I don't ever want it to not do enough.
Yeah, I get it. I 100% understand that. I had a therapist tell me one time that I probably needed to start taking melatonin or something to help me sleep at night. And I said, well, first she asked me how my sleep was. I said, I don't sleep well. I can't sleep for more than 4 hours at a time. Right. And she said, so how does it make you feel? Sometimes it drives me crazy. She said, all right, cool. Well, then you probably need to be on melatonin or some sort of medication. And I said, no. She said, why not? I said, because I'm at the height of my creativity in the middle of the night, and you can't take that away from me.
Help DMV started at 3:30 in the morning.
See, exactly. That's the thing, man. There's something about the middle of the night and creativity. You know, it's like there's nothing else going on, honestly.
It's quiet. Right.
It's quiet. It's quiet. So it's just you and your thoughts. And like, yeah, I suffer in the name of my craft.
Yeah, but they wanted me to skip grades when I was in elementary school. They also wanted to give me Ritalin, and I'm just like, I've never been a fan of medicine, period. My thing is, if you can't keep up with these people, get them something else to do. Don't try to stop them from doing. Give them something else to do.
Right. Exactly. You just got to channel it, man. I mean, all of these things that the doctors call mental illnesses or issues or whatever, I look at them as gifts from God, honestly. You know, you look at like a lot of kids who have Down syndrome, but they're like little geniuses. They're so freaking smart.
People with autism they are the greatest. They're great at whatever it is they're great at. They're greater than a normal person should be great at.
Exactly.
Like Rain Man. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at that movie, like why he can count like that? Like those sticks just fell on the ground. How does he know it's 113 exactly? You know what I'm saying? Like it's what you don't understand, so you're classifying it and giving it whatever title. But I'm like, man, it's pure genius.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So yeah, don't stop the geniuses from being geniuses. That's I have my thoughts about that, but I'll refrain. All right, let's get to another picture here. Let's try this. All right.
I'm sorry, man. See, this is when what you watched on TV last comes into play. Besides the fact that I do see the blood,
of course.
I also, you just had Halloween, so you see masks, and then there's like the drag that people do now, like the RuPaul-ish type drag.
Okay.
You got the LGBT community. Yeah, like I see that. Like I see that. What do you call it? Burlesque type. Yeah, that's all I see. But there's reasons behind it, you know what I'm saying, that I could give for why I see what I see.
Right. Well, that's what I want to go ahead and get into. So I will try to Damn, Mo. I'm gonna try to try to link.
Yeah,
this
I mean, I can explain it easily after the fact, but yeah, you can attempt. I mean,
all right. Well, damn. You said first thing you saw was blood.
yeah, that outside red, that is the color of blood. It's just, and I mean, that's just the joke from before, but I see it.
Right. Yeah. All right. Now everybody, like your whole team, everybody Crips.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever become Crip?
No,
You did. Okay. So you never did.
I'm so
Okay.
comfortable in being me.
Mhm.
I take pride in being around people and not having to adapt. People adapting me. All of them do charitable work now. All of them.
Mhm. Got you.
I didn't become a Crip. They became a philanthropist.
Got you. Got you. I see. I see what you're saying. Okay. Um. Let's stick with the blood for a second though. As far as family is concerned, what role has your family played in you becoming successful in as both a battle rapper and with just being charitable?
Well, whether my mother wants to take credit for it or not, making me read them books clearly made me better with words. You know what I'm saying? I got punished one time and my mother left me with the Bible and the dictionary. I didn't read the Bible because she was so religious that, I said, all right, I'm going to read the other book out of spite. So subsequently, I end up with this eloquent rhetoric because I don't want to do what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
But outside of that, like, no one else raps really. So like that's the only thing I can attribute to making me rap the way I won a gospel rap award in 07. Even despite being a battle rapper, which clearly came from being in church. So all that's my mother. And as far as the charity, like I said, I didn't really see that in them. So I wouldn't really associate that with them.
Right.
But the reason I started giving at an early age was in school. I would, like, my whole neighborhood would have basically lunch on me because I had money from being suspended all the time. I'd go to work with my father. So I'd come back with a pocket full of money. I had to spend somewhere because my mother didn't know I had it. So I spent it at school. So, like, as far as, like, support, I guess the family would be like, you know what? Like, I don't know. Even though my mother doesn't like rap, she still wants to support her son and what he's good at. My mother a few years ago bought me a rhyming dictionary. Like, she came across it in a thrift store and bought it because she's going to support it even though she doesn't understand it or even care for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My father, I moved into his house when he died. He has a Top Dog CD that I don't even own. Like, he was proud of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he had the music and the little CD inserts and the pictures and all that.
Right.
Like, it was, I guess, an accomplishment to say, hey, I'm Mo Betta's dad. Like, when you talk to his friends, if that makes any sense. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. All right, so LGBT. So there is a gay battle rapper now. I can't remember dude's name. Man, I can't remember.
I don't know either, but okay, I can believe it.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but actually, I think the first time I heard him, I was like,
there's Christian battle rappers, so yeah, I can believe it.
Right, yeah, it's everything. Yeah, but he was in he was on Smack. He was with URL.
Okay.
So I'm mad that his name slipped my mind.
Well, that clearly ain't why, because I don't even know who it is.
Right.
Even though I be thinking there's some other people that are, but they might not be claiming it. But
right. but tell me this: do you think that there's a space for, just because of the way battle rap is and just the mindset of a lot of people? Do you think that there's a space for a gay battle rapper to become successful doing in battle rap?
Yeah,
and I mean, like, be one of the top guys.
Yeah, just because he's different. Just like someone would be looked at differently because they're female, or someone be looked at differently because they're white.
Right.
You're gonna overreact to some of their lines just because you don't expect them to have them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong that you make that assumption, that just is what it is. And then they'll be good at rebuttaling it because they've heard it so many times. Like, you wouldn't battle Eminem with a bunch of white jokes. It's pointless.
Right.
He's immune to them. He got all the responses.
And
he wouldn't battle a female and keep saying that, yo, you don't belong in this. Like, you should be cooking and cleaning. Like, she's heard it before. So a gay battle rapper would have heard all the references as well.
Yeah.
So your disadvantage is your advantage a lot of times in life.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I think his tagline. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think he addresses that. Saying something about go ahead and say all the gay stuff, whatever that you're going to say, because like he is prepared for it.
Of
The
course.
last battle, I think the first battle I heard him in, I was like, it's all right. The second one though, oh, he was cooking. He was cooking. Like he was killing.
Now, this one thing that came to my mind as I was saying LGBTQ when I
Hmm.
was looking at it, and that's just the fact that it's just long. It's the alphabet. It's what I do. I flip words around. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like I see, like when I see it, I just be like, damn, this is really half an alphabet, man. Then they added letters. It's like
Right.
9, 13 letters now. And I'm just like, it's really the out, you know what I'm saying? So I see that.
Uh,
But I mean, something you clearly wouldn't know. I watch In the House every day. Like the old TV show LL Cool J was
right.
on. Like it
Yeah.
comes on TV now. There was an
Uh,
episode recently where RuPaul was on there.
uh,
It was one of his friends. And then I know a lot of people that are gay. So sometimes my timeline be those events where they're dressed in drag and they're having the brunches. And then I watch a lot of VH1 because the Fresh Prince comes on.
hmm
That commercial for RuPaul's Drag Race comes on. So like I said, it's the way of the world now. It's unavoidable whether you're for it, against it, indifferent. You just see
hmm
it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And it's I think it's forcing people to be more accepting and more open minded to things. And then you start to something that you may have grown up shunning or looking at a certain way. Once you get a chance to like really be a part of something that they are a part of as well, or you get a chance to just sit down and have conversations with them, you're
Ladies and
like, you
gentlemen,
know what, you
once
just like
again,
me.
I'm Maurice McClanahan. This is the Mo Betta Show featuring this guy that used to rap named Ransom Brother,
Thanks
aka
for
Tyrell.
having me, Mo.
And here he is now.
Thanks for having me, Mo. I appreciate it. Um,
My timing is impeccable. Go ahead.
it is. It is. All right. Let's do another test. Damn, I missed it. Where is it? Where is it? My damn mouse moved. Here it is. All right, here we go.
Let's see. I can always see a face. Always. Once I analyze something. Um,
What does the face look like? Or what's it doing? Like, what's
I
the
see it in
expression?
2 different places. That's crazy. So at the bottom,
Hmm.
the black part, like maybe a black cat. Like I see the mouth, the nose, the eyes. And to the side of that, like I see hands, almost like it's pulling down the top part. But then at the top, I see a face with freckles, slanted eyes in the corner, the hair going across the top a little bit. And now that black part now looks like a very wiry beard instead of a face. And it's like the hands is on the beard. Looks like one of them anime type pictures. I see my stepson watching all the time. So yeah, now like as I lean back, like I see a face up top, and now the black part is just like a beard with somebody like grabbing and like tugging at it.
Right. Okay. All right. So, are you getting away from the cat? You no longer see the cat anymore?
I mean, I see it because I'm looking straight at it, but nah, I see
Well,
the beard now.
and actually, it's okay because this is all about what you see. It doesn't matter at what point you see it,
Yeah, I mean,
even
I
if it
just
changes.
I see the beard now. Just is
Okay.
real wiry.
Okay. All right.
Like
Cool.
all the black is beard.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. I don't know if I'm gonna go anywhere with that beard. I'm gonna see where my mind goes with that, but I actually do want to start with the black cat. Now I'm not superstitious, but of course that is a symbol of bad luck,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, would you say that you believe in luck?
I don't believe in coincidence. Like people, a lot of times when I go to the casino and I win, it's all young. You're so lucky. You're so lucky, and I'm just like, how many times do I have to drive this point home to you guys, man? Like, this is supposed to happen. This is reciprocation from the universe. If you believe in, I believe in God. So I tell people I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in God.
Mhm.
So because I believe in God, I believe in God. I can't even say I believe in luck. I don't have good luck. I don't have bad luck. I'm not lucky. No.
Okay, got you. Okay, so other thing you said you saw hands pulling something down.
Mm-hmm.
As you try to rise, do you ever feel like you have people around you trying to pull you down?
Yeah, all the time. And and the funny thing is, I thought during the pandemic, I was like, young, I'm losing friends and all that. And then I realized those the people that always was asking me for money. Like these were the people I talked to the most daily, but those were the ones, and they were moving themselves now for whatever reason. They're getting mad at me for something. I don't know, but I'm like, dang, why am I trying to fight to keep them around and they not adding no value to my life?
Right. Cool. Yeah. And just
And
cut them
just
off.
before we started this podcast situation, I seen a Facebook post where someone said they believe everybody that has nonprofit and do nonprofit work are running a scam. And I was having that conversation just before we went live, and it was just funny to me because I understand people being skeptical because there are people that lie and scam, but there's also dishonest people in every realm, in every facet of life. You know what I'm saying? So I basically like don't judge the whole batch based off the one rotten apple. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand his point, and I told him, I said personally, that's probably the reason I don't have a nonprofit. I don't want you to think I'm asking you for money, and I'm fundraising, and at the same time I'm getting funding from the government.
Right.
You know that I'm not, because I don't have one.
Mm-hmm.
My thing was meant to be grassroots. It's meant for you to put your money up and me to put mine up too, and me to put up just as much as I'm asking you to put up, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's always somebody trying to ruin your spirit. Like, I'm having a good day, I want some money at the casino, I gave some people some money, I donated to some charities, and then I turn around and that was the last thought that's on my mind before this started. Something negative.
Mm-hmm.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, that this, it happens. You'll be on a high, and then something will happen to try to bring you down, or vice versa. That's why when I'm down, I try not to even stay in that place, because I know there's something that's going to happen that's going to bring me back up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. All right. So next, you said you saw a face with freckles. All right. Bear with me here. I'm about to
We about to
move.
connect they dots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So freckles on a face, bunch of red dots coming from lasers pointed at somebody. That's a headshot. When you are battle rapping, or anytime that you've had to battle, actually, whether it's like on stage or whether you've just had rap beef with somebody, how do you execute taking those headshots? What is it that forces you into a place where you're like, all right, it's time to go ahead and end this one? And hold on, let me be very specific about what I'm saying. There's a difference between preparing for a battle and then preparing for a war. And that war is what I'm talking about, those headshots. When it's time to put an absolute end to somebody, all caution to the wind. We're not like, I don't care about dapping up and being friends after this, because oftentimes a lot of battle rappers, they're friends, So you see them, they dap up, whatever. But have you ever come across a person or people or whatever where I don't care what happens after this? This is a headshot because I want to end you. And I don't care what happens after this is over. If you're mad, you want to fight, you want to do whatever, cool, whatever. But my purpose right now is to end you.
Well, when I first started rapping, that's what it was. If I didn't make you want to fight, I lost in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
That was my intent. I wanted you to know you lost. I want you to be in your feelings. There's no debating then who
Right.
won. You know you lost. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It just depends on the opponent and the circumstance. You know what I'm saying? If I'm battling someone and their girlfriend's around, I might not even address the person. I might address their girl. I'm gonna talk about them to their girlfriend till
Mm-hmm.
she starts smiling, or she start looking like, you know what, he does do that sometimes. That does annoy me. That's when I know I won. You know what I'm saying? When he
Uh-huh.
getting his feelings. So you adapt to the time.
Yeah.
An opponent about 2 battles back addressed me fundraising and Santa Claus and all that, and me going to the casino and saying, that's what I'm doing with the people's money that I'm raising and everything. And I don't know why I knew he was going to be the one to do that. No one had ever done it before,
Mm-hmm.
but this guy we did a face off via IG Live 3 or 4 days before the battle. I wrote 90% of the battle in 3 days, even though I knew about it a month in advance, because I got to realizing, okay, this guy's been stalking my page. He's been studying my page. So my third round, I didn't diss him. I defended me. But why it looked so good and came off so well was it just sounds like I'm rebuttaling everything you just said. Because I knew you were going to do it before you knew you were going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that comes a little bit with just doing it for a while and being in a game. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just got to know what's going to convey well in the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're in a room full of street people, so all the jokes might not be what they want to hear, or all the wordplay. I'm like, you know what? Let me talk about this real quick. They can relate to the struggle and the hustle. Like, so you address people how you gotta address them. You know what I'm saying? So the majority of my life I was freestyle battling, so I didn't have to pre-plan. I could do what I knew what needed to be done because I seen it needed to be done on the spot. You know what I'm saying? So
got you. Okay. All right, man. I'm gonna put up another picture, but this picture here comes with a little game that I play sometimes with some of my guests. So I have this game called What Happens Next. I'm going to put up this picture. And I want you to tell me what happens next. Okay.
Nothing. I haven't watched football in 7 years.
Really?
Yep.
Cool. Let's talk. I thought this was going differently because you were a Cowboys fan.
Cowboy fan, yeah.
Right. But okay, so why'd you stop watching football?
Too many of the guys was getting a slap on the wrist for domestic violence. There was a thing even with a Cowboy player with Dez Bryant, I believe it was. They said that he had hit his mother or something that was rumored. Then the Ray Rice situation, I think, finally did it for me because watching that video, what I understand is the Ravens had the footage of that elevator incident for 4 months. Ray Rice was still a member of the team. When the footage leaked, then they were ready to sever ties. And my thing is, these NFL players be 200, 300 pounds, and because they're rich, they probably got some model-sized wife that's $120, and that's just you a sucker. Like you 200 pounds over somebody and you doing that. So I just don't condone domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that was my reason. So actually, my reason happened prior to even Colin Kaepernick.
Right. So had you if you were still watching football during everything that's going on with Colin, would you have stopped watching then?
Because of Colin, no.
Okay.
The reason being, in hindsight being 2020, his issue, I appreciate what you stood for, and I really, because I watched Trump say you're disrespecting the vets. I'm like, the government disrespects the vets. Most of the homeless population, the vets, they come home and we just do them dirty. But because he made a decision, you stood up for what you stood up for. I respect it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, with hindsight being 2020, had you been offered your job back later, you still would have took it. Those still the same people. I get it if you feel you changed their mind and their views, then you served your purpose. But knowing they hadn't changed, you still were fighting for a space back in that same league. So for that, I appreciate what you did and what you stood on, but that wouldn't have
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I definitely saw this thing going differently. I didn't know that you would stop watching football. But it makes perfect sense.
I got social media. I see what goes on out here. I know the Cowboys record versus the Redskins record. So if that was this Sunday's game, I'm pretty sure I would have said the Cowboys are going to win.
Yeah.
Just based on the records.
Right. Yeah. And the play. I mean, they know the Cowboys.
Like I said, I haven't seen, but I mean, of course, I get to see what people say about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The Cowboys are they've been pretty productive. They do look a little scary this year, but I'm hoping, they just lost the other day. I'm hoping that things are about to change and they're headed downward. So, whatever. We'll see. All right. I got one more picture I'm going to put up here, and I want you to tell me what you think that you would do if you were a part of this.
I got you. I would definitely be a part of the Mount Rushmore. I said this in my last battle. I'm not Mook. I'm just Mo. Okay. So I would.
He did it again, y'all.
I mean, if you put out a video of all the best punchline moments in URL history over the last 25 years, I'd be a part of Deluxe Edition.
He just
Shout
did
out
it
to
again.
Loaded Lux, by the way. But yeah, man.
Oh man. Well, all right. So you on the Mount Rushmore? Who the other three?
Mook, Lux, and Daylight.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree. I wouldn't disagree there. Without you there, who's the fourth person?
Varies. It people go on runs all the time. You know what I'm saying? So one year is Hollow the Dawn, another year is K-Shine. Like it changes too much.
Mm-hmm. Who do you like right now? Let's out.
I like Chilla Jones. I'm glad that King Los is now battling like in the big league. I like B-Dot. I like the lyricals, the Rum Nitties, the Danny Myers.
Mm-hmm.
All the lyrical miracle people.
Yeah, Nitty and Danny Myers are two of my favorites. They those dudes are hilarious. I mean incredible. I mean it's hilarious. They're incredible. Twerk is one of my favorites. I don't know, man. I got a few, and of course everybody that you put on that Mount Rushmore, man. They,
right.
I feel like there's certain names we don't even have to speak about because they are who they are. Like if we're talking, like for instance, if we're having a hip hop discussion, there's no even need in mentioning Jay because you know who he is. We talk around that. But yeah, but that's how I feel about those three guys that you put on there. Okay, cool. All right, man. Well, look, we're about to go ahead and wrap up. This has actually gone exactly the way I thought it was going to go. Knowing you,
I'm glad.
I've known you for a while, and I knew that this is exactly how this was going to go. I knew there was going to be a bunch of double entendres. I knew it was going to be a bunch of wordplay, and I highly encourage everybody to just watch this again. And every time you see me react, if you don't understand what he said, just rewind it and just listen to what he said. There are a lot of it's a lot of wordplay. It makes it fun. It reminds me of battle rap. Just having conversations with you. It's you just epitomize battle rap because just a regular conversation is battle rap minus the rhyming. It's just a bunch of creativity and word flips, and I mean it's amazing, man. That's why I really wanted to do this this interview. I know we spoke about it before, and then we finally were able to go ahead and make this thing happen. But this is part of the reason that I really, really wanted to do this interview, man. So I just knew it was going to be a journey. So, all right, man. But before we get out of here, I want you to just let everybody know exactly where they can find you. Anything that you have going on, like with any of your charities, if you have any battles coming up, just put it all out there.
All right, so Instagram and Twitter is Betta_Mo. So BETTA_MO. Facebook is for my friends and family, which you are not yet. So mind your business. I'm also giving away $1,000 on Christmas to a random Santa Claus donor. You can give at least $1, as low as $1, and you're entered to win $1,000 for Christmas. So the Cash App is Sow and Reap. So that's the $OWNREAP.
All right, and please, you all just donate because he has incredible causes, and he's doing some amazing things in our community, and we need more people like him. Honestly, what about battle rap? Got any battles coming up?
Not at the moment, but I didn't like how the last one went, so somebody gotta die soon.
Please let me know, man. I just, if I can make it, I'm gonna make it. But if I can't, I just want to watch you kill people, man. We're lyrically. Let me.
We got you.
When anybody just,
In case you're just tuning in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, before we get out of here, I got one more picture I want to put up here, and I want you to tell me exactly what it is that you see.
Something that it seems like Tyrell James or somebody might be a part of. This podcast is dope.
And I couldn't agree more. My brother, man, thank you so much for this, man. I enjoyed this. This one, you tell me you enjoyed it too, Mo.
Oh, all right.
Man, we're gonna talk some more, man. Hey, look, I'm glad everybody was able to tune in, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. And for the rest of y'all, man, just be easy, and we'll see y'all next time.